I'm a world changer, feminist, heterosexual, and human alien hybrid. I'm one of the best trusted advisors here on planet Earth. And I'm definitely a biological son of Yahweh from heaven. That's right, I'm definitely a biological son of God, so I'm definitely good, and with Jesus Christ from heaven most definitely being my biological stepbrother, which my good friend Melania Trump, former First Lady of the United States American team, will definitely confirm. So definitely call them on the telephone for their accurate and unbiased evaluation of me, because they know me and my work very, very well. And I have a few good friends from present New World Order who are TS75, which is a far, far higher level of an alpha black current security clearance than that of the President of the United States of America. Guess what, guys and women? This is a article. It's a video about dating and how to build a successful relationship with a woman with whom you will marry and have kids with, I suppose, as you work hard to create the future in which you want and deserve. I'll start with a story. So, years ago, when I was at high school, I went to a sex party from some of my friends from the gym. I suppose went to a sex party with a friend of mine from high school, not university, I suppose, and at the party, I suppose, we were there, I suppose, and this extremely physically attractive and very brainy woman, I suppose, who was I think she was a postgrad student, anyway, I'm saying. So she walked up to him, got talking to him, saying, and then she went off and had sex with my friend, I'm saying, with which they came back very soon after, I suppose, and she told him that that was the worst sex of her life by a long way, and that he should be working really hard, I'm saying, to create a very successful career. Otherwise, no woman would want to marry him, I suppose. And so she was saying that from a position of love, I'm saying, because she liked and wanted to help him, I suppose. And it was the best advice he could have ever heard, I'm saying, because he liked her and he wanted to marry a woman like her, I suppose. So he then started working crazy long hours at university, I suppose, and getting good grades, I'm saying, and being very, very career focused so that he would be able to attract a very physically attractive and brainy and successful woman, I suppose, who would love him, I suppose, not because of the sex, I suppose, because he would obviously be the worst sex of her life by a long way, but more because she would love him and respect him and admire him, I suppose, and be very impressed with the empire he was building and with his personal qualities, I'm saying, because she would trust him because he was trustworthy and love spending time with him, I'm saying, because he worked so hard after that at his university and at his career. So I suppose, so when it comes to women, I suppose, there are two main types of blokes interested in, I suppose. Is it just the bloke who they're interested in having some fun with, or is this a bloke who they respect and admire and who they view as a potential husband and a potential father of her children? So it's very important to work hard at university, I suppose, and especially to work hard at your career, I suppose I'm saying, as you work hard to do your best work each day in projects that matter as a high achiever, I'm saying, and work hard to build a impressive empire of success, I'm saying, to be attracting very impressive women, I suppose, who will be loving you a heap, I suppose, because of what you've built. Also, when you meet women, I suppose, usually, I suppose, you then have to, when they introduce you to their friends and family, all of their friends and family ask you, so how did you meet? And you have to then tell them the story, I suppose, about how you met, I suppose I'm saying. And obviously I'm saying if your story of how you met wasn't very interesting, it likely would be getting your girlfriend may feel a bit pained, I'm saying, because she wants to feel special sometimes, but someone would be trying to tell her and to tell her family and friends, new family and friends, I suppose, a interesting story about how you met, I suppose, which makes her feel special. So obviously I'm saying the first meeting's important, I'm saying, and you want to be finding a way to make her feel special. And you also, I suppose, want to be spending at least some quality time preparing how you will propose to her, I'm saying, so that when all of her family and friends ask, so how did you pop the question to her, I'm saying, you'll then be able to have a great story to tell, I suppose, which will make her be feeling special, I'm saying, because women love to feel special. This is important, I'm saying. So I suppose with women, first impressions do count a lot, I suppose. However, with my amazing high-profile girlfriend, I'm saying, so when I first met her, I suppose, she found me and I had no idea who she was, I suppose. So I think I made some offensive comments, infuriated her a heap, I suppose. And as she was storming off, I suppose, someone then told me who she was, I'm saying, and everything changed, I suppose, because at times I can stupidly jump to conclusions based upon a whole range of stupid things which aren't even true, I suppose, and totally misread people, as I did with her, in which she was very infuriated, I'm saying, but then years later it all came back to me, I suppose, and I then reached out to her, I suppose, via social media, I suppose, and yet again, I suppose, it was initially it was a disaster, I'm saying, I suppose. So I suppose I was very confident, I suppose, and I suppose I was telling her how impressive she was, I suppose I'm saying, and then she actually ended up calling a police escorted cat team on me, I suppose, and then just before they arrived, I suppose, she said, actually, I made a mistake, I suppose. So then when they arrived, I suppose, and the police God cat team, I suppose, used their microphones, I suppose, to tell me to come out with my hands up, I suppose. She then said, don't say a thing, don't go out, I suppose. And she sent someone from the bit of a unit, I suppose, who she'd put in there days earlier, I'm saying, because of time travel, I'm saying, and they then went and spoke to the police escorted cat team and gave them the mission abort code, I suppose. But I suppose I guess I'm saying how the first time I totally muffed it, I suppose, and was very I just made, I totally misread, I suppose. And then the second time, she initially totally misread me, I suppose. And then I was able to recover well, I'm saying, because I think she made some comment, I suppose, about how she didn't love me and never would, I suppose. And I said, well, even though your talent, I suppose, there's no way I could ever marry someone who didn't love me, I'm saying, because I believe in love, I suppose, and that love has to be two-way for it to be true, I suppose. So I then, I think I was just about to leave, I suppose, and then she said, or possibly I may have gone, and then someone from the building units told me uh, to get back in the video call with her, I suppose. So I suppose so. I can't remember what happened, but I suppose it was a disaster. But then I recovered well, I'm saying, and we spoke for something like 10 hours, I'm saying, and it was amazing, I suppose, and you should be very impressed with me, I'm saying, but I suppose on the first time she met with me, it was an absolute disaster, and she walked off in a huff, very pissed off, I suppose, and then when I reached out to her many years earlier, I'm saying, because I'm a time traveler who turned back in time, I suppose. Well, then I very much was nearly apprehended by a police escorted cat team, I suppose, because she had made a mistake, I suppose. So obviously, I suppose it's best to be very confident, I suppose. But at times also, when you are dealing with very powerful people, I'm saying you have to believe in yourself, I suppose, but also even be a bit, well, I suppose, pretty much, I suppose, you have to have built a impressive track record of success, as I'm saying, and to communicate your value, I suppose, and so yeah, so I suppose I guess I'm saying is it all did work well, I'm saying, and that's the first time I've ever had anything like that before, I suppose, because she is so extremely talented, I'm saying, and she had initially misinterpreted me, I'm saying, from possibly talking to my powerful, from probably possibly from her talking to my family, I suppose, who are secretly paid, I suppose, to be working hard to damage, to communicate much false and misinformation to try to damage my reputation. So perhaps the main reason may have been credit, I suppose, because I may not have initially messaged to her who all my good friends are, I'm saying, in government, I suppose, because if I had her, I suppose, there wasn't a problem, but it was more, I suppose, because she did what most people do, I suppose. That's initially, I suppose, contact one's family, I suppose, or instead of talking to my parents, I'm saying, who obviously would have talked to me, describing, I suppose, in a far more accurate way than my family, who is secretly paid, I suppose, to work very hard to try to damage my reputation, I suppose. So I suppose you want to be someone who is a giver, I suppose, who will love your wife, I heap I'm saying, because it definitely is a two-way thing, I suppose. How when you meet someone, I suppose, you think, I suppose, so is this someone who I want to marry and have kids with, I'm saying, and if I do have kids with them, the kids will probably be half like me and half like her, I suppose. So would I like the kids if the kids were half her? However, with me, my kids will likely be a lot more like me than my future wife, I suppose, because humans have 23 pairs of double helix human chromosomes, whereas with me I have 23 double helix human chromosomes from my human biological mother, I suppose. However, I have something like 100,000 triple helix chromosomes from my biological brother, I suppose. Yeah, if I'm saying, I suppose. So obviously my kids are far more like me than my I have, I suppose, one child, I suppose, with Claire, the safety system, I'm saying, and that child, I suppose, has extremely powerful, our son, I suppose, very powerful, what I'm saying, President what I'm saying, and I guess I'm saying is with my existing son and with all of my future kids, I'm saying they all are and will be far more like me than their mothers, I suppose, because of my 100,000 triple helix chromosomes from my biology, I'm saying, I suppose, which I suppose means, I suppose, that my kids will be a lot more like me than they will be like the mothers, the biological mothers of my kids, I suppose. So I guess what I'm saying is you want to be working reasonably hard to evaluate women, I suppose, in terms of are they someone who you respect and admire, I suppose? Are they someone, I suppose, who has talent you admire, I suppose? Are they someone who you trust because they're trustworthy? Are they someone who you like spending time with, I suppose? So all these things are important, I'm saying, because when you if you marry them, I suppose I'm saying, you will be spending a lot of time with them, I suppose, and also your kids with them, I suppose, will be have some characteristics they have, I suppose, and also some characters which you have as well, I'm saying. So this here is pretty important. Also, what is especially important for the wife you want to marry and have kids with, I suppose, you also have to most definitely have values which are similar or at least compatible, I suppose I'm saying, because so for me, most things don't matter, yet some things definitely do, I suppose, especially when you have kids, I suppose I'm saying, like possibly having a similar religion, I suppose, or at least compatible is important, I'm saying, as well as also having similar or compatibility is very important, I'm saying, because when you have kids, I'm saying, you want to be involved in how the kids are being raised, I'm saying, and if I suppose your wife, I suppose, has a very different and incompatible religion to yours, I suppose, well, then there may be a problem, I suppose, about how will the kids be raised, I'm saying, I suppose. So it's very, very important, I'm saying, to, I suppose, be having the same or similar religion, I'm saying, because uh, possibly if your wife was a member of the Illuminati who practiced human sacrifice and you were a good and loving Christian, I suppose, and your wife who was from the Illuminati wanted for your kids to be attending human sacrifice with her, I'm saying, well, obviously, I'm saying it would be causing a major source of conflict, I'm saying, and also there's also even how would your kids respond to your wife expecting the kids to attend the human sacrifice with them, I'm saying, because what I suppose if your kids were coming home from the human sacrifice, I'm saying, in tears, I suppose, wanted to go, I suppose, but your wife, I suppose, still did very much insist they had to go with her, I suppose. They're just going through a phase, I'm saying, or even worse, I'm saying, what if your kids go along to the human sacrifice with their mother, I suppose, and they view it as the best activity of their entire week, which they are always looking forward to, I'm saying. And if you're a good Christian, I'm saying, you may be worried and in disbelief as to where you've gone wrong, I suppose. So obviously, I'm saying religion does matter a lot, I suppose, I'm saying, and same to values, I suppose, I'm saying, because your wife and her family will be teaching your children their values, and if your values are incompatible with, I suppose, it will cause you a lot of problems in the track, I suppose, and possibly even lead to divorce, I'm saying. So all of these problems can be solved very early on, I'm saying, if you're able to uh, I do think, I suppose, you should be talking about what religion your kid will be raised as, I suppose, and even talking about values to them, saying whereby values are both beliefs plus behaviour. So you don't want to be talking to a girlfriend who may espouse certain values which are very attractive, but then do the opposite in her day-to-day activity, I suppose. So you want to I suppose, be obviously uh, talking about values, I suppose, but then also tasking for, to be possible, I suppose, even tasking for private detective, I'm saying, to, I suppose, be getting to know pretty well, I suppose, and also which should we doing to you as well, I'm saying, because you definitely, I'm saying, because marriage is a very, very important activity, I suppose. You don't want to stuff it up, I suppose, I'm saying. So you want to, I suppose, be, and also even you want to be someone who is a very good and loyal and hard-working and loving boyfriend who does work hard to build a relationship which your girlfriend will love, I suppose, even when your time is saying. So if you were to be living together and come home and the house is a mess, I suppose, and you're very tired, I suppose, I'm saying, well, you often can gain many points when if your time is saying you're able to have the determination and willpower to then help tidy up their house, I'm saying, as a giver, I suppose, or possibly not with your girlfriend, I suppose, I'm saying, as a way to be impressing her, I'm saying, or if I suppose the dishwasher hasn't been loaded, I suppose, you could always load this one if you've been tired from after a hard day at work, I'm saying, is the way I suppose, because obviously the big things matter, yet the little things also matter a lot as well, I'm saying. So you want to be someone, I suppose, who is a thinker, I suppose, who works pretty hard, I'm saying, to, I suppose, be building a impressive empire of success with a demonstrated track record of success, I'm saying. So women are mostly attracted to what you've achieved, I'm saying. So you want to be working hard, I'm saying, to, I suppose, be building an impressive empire, I suppose, I'm saying, and also to be marketing yourself and promoting yourself, I suppose, in an attractive way, I suppose, which is accurate, I suppose. So you obviously don't want to be someone who talks yourself up and who is hype, I suppose I'm saying, because if you do, your girlfriend will find out, I'm saying, and then you'll be totally discredit, I'm saying. So you want to, I suppose, be someone who is a man of substance, I'm saying, who I suppose works hard to build your empire, I suppose, and who also does work pretty hard, I suppose, as a good and loving and loyal friend, I'm saying, whereby you share your secrets with your girlfriend and she shares her secret with you, I'm saying, and with you keeping those secrets safe, I'm saying, and not telling anyone, I'm saying, because possibly, I suppose, she may even task for people to ask you about her secret, I suppose, and if you tell them her secret, I'm saying, well, then obviously that breaks a lot of trust, I suppose, and she may even dump you, I suppose, I'm saying. So it's so important to be someone who does keep her secrets private, I'm saying, I suppose. So, yeah, so I suppose I guess I'm saying is women are interested in two types of blokes. So are they interested in a bloke just for fun, or are they looking at the bloke as a potential husband and father of their children, I suppose, someone who'll be able to provide for them, I suppose, and be able to live, I suppose, as an upstanding member of society, I suppose. So with me, I'm a good man with good intentions and a big heart. I live with integrity, I suppose, which means doing the right thing when people are watching, and also doing the right thing when no one's watching as well. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm a good and loyal friend, and I excel at building quality friendships built to last. My brain is most definitely wired for big ideas, and I'm genuine and authentic and thoughtful and loving and caring, and I couldn't be happier than when I'm helping good people, I suppose. We usually like to attract people who are similar to us, I'm saying. So it's important, I'm saying, to be working hard, to be building your empire, I suppose, through working hard, I'm saying, as you build your track record, as I'm saying, and through doing so, keep on upgrading your paradigm of normality, which is your system of beliefs, I suppose, to do, and plus also your technique, I suppose, to do with, I suppose, what is possible and especially what's likely, I suppose, because we usually do achieve things which are likely, I suppose. So you want to, I suppose, be keeping on upgrading our paradigm of normality, which is our mindset, because usually what we create flows from our paradigm of normality, um, plus also our experience at work, I'm saying, and our experience with people, I suppose, and also our I suppose so. You want to, I suppose, be a thinker, I suppose, who does work pretty hard, I suppose, as a high achiever, I suppose, to attract the right women, I suppose, and also even to be looking at information from the mainstream media and from social media with which to be seeking to identify possible hopeful women, I suppose, with which you could possibly marry and be the biological mother of some of your children, I'm saying. So I do think, I suppose, that it's important to be a thinker, I suppose, and to view marriage, I suppose, and future marriage, I suppose, from strategic perspective, I suppose. You should work hard to try to marry the best quality woman, I suppose, who you could possibly marry, but also especially someone who will love you, I suppose, as you are, I'm saying, for the success you have created, I'm saying. There's no point in marrying someone who is extremely successful, I suppose, if she is cold towards you, I'm saying. So you want to be finding a girlfriend, I'm saying, who will love you a heap, I suppose, just the way you are, I'm saying, because of the huge track record of success and your other personal qualities which do impress her a heap, I suppose. So I do think, I suppose, that you want, where I do think that loyalty is a very important quality, I suppose, in your wife, I suppose. So you do want to be attracting a very attractive and loyal and loving and caring wife, I suppose, because there's probably no point, I suppose, in marrying, I suppose, an extremely talented woman, I suppose, if she wasn't loyal and would likely leave you in a few years, I suppose. So you want to, I suppose, be having a strong focus on love, I suppose, and on loyalty, I suppose, and on attracting the woman of your dreams, with which you will be spending your life together in a happy and loving relationship. I suppose I'm saying, because you don't want to get divorced, I'm saying. So you want to be having a strong focus on loyalty being one of her better qualities, I'm saying, so that it will be a loving and nurturing and high quality performance relationship, I suppose, whereby she will be loving you a heap, remain loyal to your saying, and where you could possibly both be building your empire, I'm saying. So I suppose in relationship, I'm saying, because I have a high-powered career, I suppose, and the same for my girlfriend. I love very much. Love very much. My girlfriend, who I love very much. I'm saying. So I suppose so possibly, uh, if we were to have our separate careers, we may not be spending that much time together, I'm saying, because we our work is such an important part of life, which is why I very much want, I suppose, to be spending much time with my future wife, as I work with her, I'm saying, each day in pros matters high achievement, I'm saying, because I do think that work will be a very important component of our future, and as such, I want to be working with her, I suppose, whereby the battles we have at work, I'm saying, to help for our client, what I'm saying, can be a great way, I suppose, for us to be building a quality relationship, last I'm saying, because through those challenges and the stress, I'm saying, helping to um, build a relationship better, I'm saying, because when couples have challenges, I'm saying, if they aren't suited, the problems push them further apart. Yet if we are, as I'm saying, the problems and challenges make us close together. Love always. Love you, girlfriend.